Hey everyone, Shireen here with a video response to Larelle-Susanne, who is NurseLarelle here on YouTube. She is having a February stick pin challenge. Very fun, simple challenge. All you have to do is create 3 stick pins and share where you get your materials from and how you made your products. Okay, so I'm going to actually be sharing 4 stick pins, possibly 5. I think it's actually 5. 4 that are made by me and 1 very special one. And I'm going to share first my materials. All right, so first you're looking at a really cute stick pin holder. I'm scoot it back and so I can get the whole thing in frame. And that was made for me by Miss Matt Rose. We did a swap not this past summer. I think it was in the spring, I think. But anyway, she made this beautiful stick pin holder for me. And I use it to house all of my bare stick pins. And I get my stick pins from both Michael's and Joann's. So let me quickly show you the difference. So first I have all these faceted ones here. They are acrylic top and they're kind of, sparkly and faceted. They're 3 inches long. And I received these from Joann's in the floral department. I also have 3-inch one with the pearl cap on the top. And that was also from Joann's. Then I have these teardrop ones here, if I can get my fingers in there. This one is 2 inches with the teardrop acrylic top. And this one actually came, I want to pick the camera up, came with this dress form here that I purchased from Marshall's. It came with 4 stick pins attached. And it was this beautiful one here. And you only got like 4, and they're also, sorry about that, 2 inches long, pretty short. And the last one I have is 2 inches, and it's a teardrop, a pearl teardrop, 2 inches long. I tend to favor the longer ones because they look nice on the project because you can still have a tall, you make them pretty long, you can have several beads on them. All right, so that's my favorite. And then before I share mine, I want to share this special one. Actually, I'm going to say that to the end, this pretty one here. I'll tell you a story about that in a moment. All right, so I'll share the ones I created first, and I'll give you the special story behind that. So here are the pins that I've created and decided to share in this video. And I have them on a flower that I just recently made for a swap, and I just added some feathers and beads. Didn't add those to the projects. Didn't know if people would be offended by feathers, so I didn't include it. But here are the 4 pins that I want to talk about. Okay, so let's start with this one. This one I made in a gift set swap I just completed, and I made an extra for myself. Anytime I make stick pins for someone else, I always duplicate and keep one for myself. And my finished ones go in this dress form here. So if I finish one, I just stick it inside, and I always have a prototype. So if I ever want to replicate or I lose my mojo, I can look at my stick pins I've created and, create one of those and maybe change the colors. So this one used one of the acrylic tops. I used some bead caps at the top and bottom. And then I have a black one here, a little bit smaller, and an ivory one the same size, and I replicated the pattern at the top. I get all of my beads, my bead caps, my spacers, my charms for beads. All of my materials come from 2 places. Primarily, eBay. And secondly, my sister. She supplied me with a lot, and I mean a lot, of gorgeous beads. And she even took the time to coordinate the colors like this ivory, teal blue, and like sky blue, really pretty. And there's a purple set down there. And there's a cream set in here, or natural tones. There they are. So nice of beads. Those are all for my sis. But majority of my beads came from eBay because, number 1, you don't pay shipping. And number 2, no tax. And they're cheap. Drawback, you're going to wait a very long time for them. So if you're in a hurry, that may not be the way to go. So that's my first one. And on this one, to keep them together, I use glossy accents. Glossy accent dries clear. You only need a little bit of dab. I put the glossy accent on, I push them into place, and then I hang mine upside down in my stick dress form, like so. I push it all the way up and give my adhesive a chance to dry. And then when it's all said and done, I just flip it over, put it at the top. Okay, so that was my first one. Okay, and then my second one here is this one, which is really shabby chic and pretty. Sorry I have to yawn. So sorry guys, it's super late here. I need to be in bed. So this one I used a pearl cap instead. Two of these 8 millimeter pearls. This top one is pale pink and the bottom is green. And I know you can barely tell it the pink due to the coloring. Both were purchased at eBay. This beautiful charm here, spacer is meant for a charm bracelet, but I use them for my stick pins. The danglies are already attached. Got those from eBay as well. And then this beautiful bead cap here. Instead of putting it at the top, I flipped it over, put it at the bottom. I also got these from eBay. And for those who are impatient and don't wait that long for your product to come to eBay, Wild Orchid Craft sells these as well. It's bead number 2. And then bead number 3 is this floral one here. I just have a 1/4 of an inch flower. It's already pale pink, and I just pushed it all the way to the top. And you got that pearl that's like serving like the flower center. Again, I used the bead caps on top and bottom of the large 8 millimeter bead. I have an acrylic one here, a smaller pale pink, a black, and then a teeny weeny white pearl one. I like my beads to be in descending order. I think it just adds character and charm as opposed to big, small, big, small. I just happen to like mine that way. And this one, I normally use glossy accent to seal my beads, but for this one, I just have an earring back on it. But I'm going to go back to glossy accent because this starts to slide because it can't support the weight of the beads. So that one will be adhere with glossy accents when I find time. And then my last one here is one of my special ones I created. I call this one my little angel. I gave her a pearl cap, stick pin cap. I have a regular metal cap on top, which is like a halo. Of course, this big green here is her head. And then a smaller green and the white is the rest of her body. And of course, every angel must have wings. So I added wings. Again, all of these materials, with the exception of the bead itself, are from Joann's. Okay, and then my pretty rose. Oh, also too, once I use glossy accent to help mine dry, I stick mine in my pin cushion. I push it all the way up and in till it can't go up any further. And then I hang it upside down till it dries. The way I can make sure none of my beads slip down. I did that a couple of times. I didn't secure it and the beads were dangling. Ooh, pardon me, another yawn. This last one I want to share is this very beautiful blue one here. I did not make this bead. This bead was made for me, or this stick pin, sorry. This was made for me by Marianne Shom. And when she sent this to me, she gave me a very lovely letter. And I inboxed her back and told her that this pin was very special to me. And rather than let it sit around looking beautiful, I wanted to be a part of the crafting process. So this pin is always stored right here. So when I go to make stick pins, I grab this first. I grab this first for 2 reasons. One, I whisper a little prayer. I whisper a little prayer for Marianne. And then 2, I use it to unclog my glossy accents. My glossy accent continues to get clogged. So I always have this right on board when I'm ready to use it. I just unclog it, get all of the glue off of my stick pin, and putting in the wrong one. I put it back in here. Okay, so thanks Marianne. And those are my stick pins. So I hope that helped you knowing where to get the materials from, and I hope you like the kind that I created. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye, everyone. Have a blessed day.